Hi, my name is Harrison Schiffbauer, and I'm a licensed mortgage loan originator, or loan officer for short. And today I want to talk about refinancing. So far, we've talked about purchasing and getting into the home, but what if you already own a home and you want to get some of that sweet, sweet equity? Let's talk about that. So, let me share some myths with you about refinancing that you have probably heard about. Number one, you need to drop a whole percent point on your interest rate to make it worth your while. Number two, you have to take a 30-year mortgage. Number three, it's going to cost more in fees than what you're going to get out of it. These aren't true, and let me show you why. Let's first start with the idea that you need to drop a full percent point to make it worth your while. Like most myths, there is some truth to this, but let's dig deeper. Remember, the lender makes money off of your interest rate. So they're going to try to talk you out of going to a lower rate because then they lose money. There are many times that I have gotten quotes from a borrower's current lender where the costs are just so outrageous that it's just not worth doing. And in this situation, that's them trying to be a barrier of entry. But you know what? They're not the only lender out there. And here's the best part. As a broker, I can go ahead and shop all of those lenders for you and find you the best deal. Let's now talk about that 30-year myth and how you always have to take a 30-year mortgage. Once again, this isn't true. Many times when you're refinancing home, you're going to get offered a 30-year mortgage because honestly, that's traditional, but a lot of the time there are loan officers who work for lenders who want the 30-year mortgage because then it's front loaded with interest. Remember, they're making money. On the other hand, a loan officer can still get you a 25, a 20, or even a 15-year mortgage, depending on what your goals are. For example, I actually refinanced my parents' home to a 15-year mortgage because their goals were to pay it off at a certain age. And at that point, they just have to make one extra mortgage payment and boom, they've got their goal. Now, number three, the idea that it's too expensive when it comes to fees.
So is there really a whole lot that a loan officer can do in terms of fees?
So there are times that a loan officer is only showing you one rate or one program instead of showing you, say, three. But on top of that, they also may not be asking you really important questions like, how long do you intend to stay in this home? What is your goal with this home? Are we looking to pay it off faster? Are we looking to make your payment as comfortable as possible? What are you wanting? Now, number four. I know we didn't say there was a number four, but guess what? I'm adding in a number four. It's going to take away from my equity. Once again, not entirely true. So let's say you have $6,000 in fees and you roll that into the loan where you had $30,000 of equity, you're still ahead on the equity game because you're at 24,000 now. But let's also look at it this way. If we take equity out of the home and we put it back into the home through home renovations, like a great example, a kitchen, you're actually going to be increasing the equity of your home because you're upping the value of your home. So, example, that $6,000 you just had in fees to take 30,000 out of the home where you went ahead and did home improvements, that now turned that 30,000 into 60,000 in some cases. So, yes, there are fees and you do lose a little equity, but the question really should be focused on what am I gaining by doing this? And let's be honest here, if all you're gaining is money to play the lottery, that's probably a bad decision. But hey, one thing you can do with that equity is actually pay off some debts you may have. I've actually been able to help borrowers save up to $2,000 a month off of their total monthly obligations because what we did is we had enough equity in the home that it covered all of their debts. So we rolled everything into the home, paid everything off, and made it so they only had one payment that they had to make each month. And hey, by the way, mortgage interest rates is tax deductible. So by paying off those debts, which were not, and putting it into the home, you're actually going to give yourself a bit more of a tax break come the end of the year. But you know what? Every single refinance is different, as you may guess. So shoot me an email and let's look at your situation and see what we can do for you. Okay? I hope this was helpful for you guys. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.